Welcome back to Ryan Cabal Soup to Nuts! On today's episode, we're going to be doing some rust cleanup on the 350Z here in the garage, and I'm going to take you on a few errands with me, car related of course. Alright! You are tuned in to Ryan Campbell Soup to Nuts. And I'll get the blood flowing for you. Hey Bobby, I need to get some blood flowing here. Get you going, wake you up in the morning. Yeah. Alright, so as I already stated that you saw in the intro, we're going to be cleaning up some more rust on the 350Z. Gosh, my breath. I need to get in better shape for this shit. Do some more cardio, some little exercise bikes, you know, get a little action going. I know I'm doing the bike with my hands, but that gets you going faster. Lance Armstrong taught me that one. All kidding aside, I mean that's pretty much all I do on this thing. I just act like a goofy, stupid idiot all the time. So it's just who I am. I'm just So previous episode, which I'll link up here, somewhere up here. I'll link the previous episode of doing some Port 15 and rust removal and clean up on some parts underneath the car. I already did that in the previous episode. They're all ready. I haven't thrown them back on yet, but they're all pretty much ready to go. They're just sitting there waiting to get bolted back in. But in the meantime, because I'm a goddamn lunatic, I decided I'm going to pull the rear back out, which I'll put the link here. I already pulled the stock one out, and I put the Quaife differential in there, and everything's bolted in, ready to go. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's pull it back out. Why the hell not? So I'm going to pull that out, so that way, because I got Port 15, the whole basic, the main housing of the differential, and I think I'm also going to replace the rear cover. I'm going to put the Z1 rear cover on it and replace the fluid at the same time. So this video is going to take a little bit of time because I still have to order that and get that or whatever. And then in the engine bay, finally got the stock engine out of here. I'll give you a close-up of all this crap in a second. I got the stock engine, put that in storage, so I got some room here to work with. I got to clean up the engine bay. There's a little bit of spot rust, you know, a little bit of surface rust, a little bit of surface rust here and there in the engine bay, so I'm going to clean all that up. Probably do a little touch-up paint here and there. There's a couple little scratches, so I'll touch-up paint that. I'm probably going to take the headlights out because there's a tiny bit of rust here and there on the headlight buckets. So I figured, you know what, I'm a stupid idiot. I might as well just go all out here. I'm doing everything short of stripping the whole damn car back down to the frame and just starting completely over. So I'm not going that far, I promise. I know I'm getting a little carried away, a little snowball, but I'm going to pump the brakes a little bit before that happens. So let me show you, give a close up, and then all the most of the work pretty much, I'm just going to time lapse all of it. I might do talk in between somewhere. And before actually we get going with showing you all the rust crap, I'm going to insert here. I already did it, or it's already filled and everything like that. I'm going to insert right here. I don't know why I'm pointing, but basically right after I'm done talking right now, I'm going to insert the footage of the few errands I ran for car-related purposes. Here they are. Alright, we're almost here at the hose shop. And get the oil feed line made all pretty again. See? Hose shop. Hose Shop Inc. So we'll pull up in here and let's hope that they can take care of what I need taken care of. So far, no road rage incidents. It's been calm so far, but you know, give it time. Give it time. Let the traffic pick up. Things will get nutty. They'll get nutty. God damn it! All right. Hopefully, I'll be right back. All right, leaving the hose shop. They didn't have one specific fitting. They needed for one end of the hose. The other end they had the fitting for. One's like a straight fitting, one's a 90-degree angle. So they said they're getting in next week. So we'll be back. So on to the next destination. Alright, y'all. We're almost at the good old performance shop. Dynamic Performance. Gotta get in there and hopefully they can take care of what I need taken care of. Get some piping done. Lay that pipe, lay it! Pulling in now. Some nobody, crazy cars out here right now. I got some in there though. Let's go see what's up. Alright. I dropped all the pipe and then it has to get fixed off there. And took a look around the shop. They got some cool in there. They had some cool cars. They mostly build, I mean, they do street cars, a lot of that too. They build a lot of race cars as well, a lot of track cars. Mostly they specialize in Hondas. So they build some bad. They have a 8-second Honda themselves, Civic, that they're going to do a all-wheel drive conversion on. So that'll be pretty cool to see. So when I go back there, go back to the shop, you know, to pick up the piping, whatever the case, I'll you know, take you guys in there with me, and you know, give you a little quick tour and see what they got. They got some cool in there, and they do some very good work. They're cool guys. I like them. They're good people. They treat you well. For some reason, your boy hasn't run into any road rage yet, even though it's 4:30 now. Even though it's, you know, rush hour time here in Jersey. I haven't had any road rage yet. Of course, when I have cameras set up, oh no, everybody's polite and proper. The second these cameras come out of the goddamn car, it's gonna be f***ing mayhem. People are gonna be freaking falling out of the goddamn sky and hitting telephone poles and So the next thing we have to do, or you wanna help me? You wanna hop in and, you know, run some errands for me and turn some wrenches? The next thing I gotta do, the one bolt that I got the socket head stuck in, I sheared off the ball end socket end. I asked them if they could see if they could get it out quickly. If not, I'll just get a new bolt. But I'm waiting on that to take the calipers to powder coating, because the bolts on both ends is actually powder coated along, you know, the same color as the caliper. So obviously, you know, I want to give them everything they need to do the powder coat so they could just bang it out for me. We'll see if he gets it out or not. If not, I have to order a bolt. I ordered the paint and whatnot for underneath. I'm doing some touch-up stuff underneath the car. There's a tiny bit of surface rust here and there underneath the car, a few parts, you know, a couple of heat shields, whatever the case. So, you know, clean up a lot of that crap. You know, paint, do some touch-up paint underneath. So I ordered that. Wait for that to come in. It might take a couple weeks for it to come in because they say this site, I forgot the name of the site, but the site I ordered it from. I'm sorry I'm not looking at the camera, but I'm kind of driving down the goddamn road and I'm trying not to kill people. Mostly myself. I don't, if other people die, hey, you know, life happens. I'm trying to keep myself, trying to keep my ticker going. So yeah, they say they custom, ooh, nice. Hellcat. So wait for that paint to come in, do some touch-up stuff. I might start cleaning up the stuff beforehand. I also have to go to the paint supply to get some good quality undercoating. So I'll probably undercoat a few parts underneath. That's the next steps on the 350Z. On the Murano, which I actually might do in the meantime, I still have to replace the mid pipe. It has the cats built into it, so it has like the flex pipe that come down that bolt to the headers. It has flex pipes in it. And the flex pipes are actually what's leaking. They basically have holes that are ripped apart, but they have the cats built into them. So, but I'll probably replace that in the meantime just to keep, you know, cranking out some work. See, there's a Hellcat, badass car. Vroom vroom, baby, vroom vroom. So, as you can see, this is my new engine. It's custom built. Has built heads, has car rods, CP pistons. You know, gotta throw some turbies on it. Some good old Wu-Tang war whistles. That's for something. Clearly, I'm joking here. That's a goddamn rolling stool. Look, it rolls. See, it's a rolling stool. It's not an engine. If you think it's an engine, you're at the wrong channel. But I love you anyway. I forgot to mention earlier, please subscribe down here, give me a like, give me a comment. You can check out all my, I got all the socials in the description. Check me out on TikTok and Instagrams where I spend most of my time. You can DM me there if you want to get a hold of me. Very approachable fella. So check me out there. I got a lot of content, videos and stuff like that that's not on YouTube. Obviously, the YouTube stuff isn't, I don't have too much on there. I have a little highlight stuff there, but there's a lot of stuff that's not in either place. It's, check me out everywhere, damn it! Alright, back to this. So, I don't know if you'll pick up on camera, but there's a tiny bit, this might be picked up. You see a little rust there. There's a little rust here. Stuff like that. So, obviously, there's some spots I can't see behind the headlight. So, there's, even on the frame, there's a little bit of rust I can't really get to clean up with the headlight bucket in the way. I don't know if, I think you can see it decently on the camera. A little spot rust there. A little rust here. So, I think I'm going to take these. I mean, at this point, look at this car. At this point, do you really think it's going to be difficult to get the damn headlights out and the headlight buckets out? It'll take me 10 minutes for both. Come on. Might as well do it. Why not? But in the engine bay, obviously, it's pretty dirty and dusty or whatever. I'm probably going to bring the hose in here and wash it down and get a little brush and wash it or whatever. You can see a little rust here. These welds here. This seam weld here a little bit. So I'm going to clean that up and do a little touch-up painting. Overall, I'll be in pretty good shape. But I got it all out, so I might as well clean it up a little bit better and make it pretty. I'm going to clean up. This is the bottom of the steering shaft. This goes up to the steering wheel. This rod here. This is a steering wheel. It goes right into the steering wheel, back of the steering wheel. So this is where it bolts into the steering rack, basically. Or there's actually like a little knuckle that bolts to the steering rack and then it bolts to that. I don't know why I'm doing jerk-off motion, but I'm a sick bastard. So I'm going to clean up this rust and coat it or do something, just, clean it up. So we're going to do that there. And then, I got some crap underneath the car. I'm using underneath the car for storage nowadays. Let's see how well you can see it. You know what? Give me a second. Give me a second. Let's get a light. Let's get a light. Light them up. Smoke them if you got them. I don't know if we're going to touch the axles because they have, they need to be balanced and everything. So, but you see here, that's the front part of the differential, this rusty-ish looking thing. So even though it's not a problem, but I might as well make it look good. And then there's another part underneath. I'll show you to you later, but there's another. I'm an idiot. What are you gonna do? Deal with the idiot. What are you gonna do? And there's a couple little brackets here, a couple little things I'm gonna touch up. So that's the goal there. That's coming up for you shortly. You skeevy little prickers. You little pecker heads. Yeah. Get off my lawn. Get off my lawn. Little change of gameplay in here. I'm going to save all the differential work, taking it out, and redoing all the crap I already told you about for another episode. I got a little delayed, and I'm waiting on those parts and whatnot. So, for now, I already took care of cleaning up the engine bay off camera, and all the touch-up paint and all that crap. So, I'll show you what that looks like. It looks a hell of a lot better. And then I also painted all the little brackets and stuff like that. I took off some extra brackets and whatnot and painted that's in another spot. So I'll take you and show you that. And then one thing I forgot about earlier is the transmission mount, I guess it is, underneath the back of the transmission that bolts up to the frame of the car. I took because I obviously moved the engine into storage. It is still attached to the trans. I took a look at it and just glanced at it. I noticed it had some rust on it, so I want to pour 15 that as well. So in 1 second, we'll go to the storage area and pull that off. And then I'll also do some little Irish step dancing for you, just because I feel a little festive today. Why the hell not? All right, engine bay. Actually, I realized the goddamn light. Is the light on? Light's on, but it's dead. Get your ish together, light, goddamn you. You can't count on anything nowadays. It all fails you. I'm getting a handout light because this thing ain't being my friend right now. So I got this cleaned up. There's some scratches and it was a little banged up a little bit here. Not dented, but it was a little, you know, screwed up. There's a bracket for fuel. It holds the fuel lines. That's with the other stuff painted and whatnot. I remember the rust are here. There was some little rust on these spot welds here. So that's all cleaned up. I painted this whole area. There's a little rust right along here. So that's all painted up. And the same thing, this is kind of banged up here as well. So I got that all painted up as well. Here, let's zoom you in and out. Woo! 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 Boo boo! Ooh, you can't see me! You can't see me! Bow, da, da, da. Out to the storage area! You probably thought the camera froze, didn't you? Got you! Alright, gonna be taking off this guy right here. It's tranny now! Mount the tranny, baby! Mount it! Mount it! There's 2 bolts. They're like straight up. I think they're 12s. So let's get her to it. I've been working on the railroad all the live long 14 millimeter. Come on, get in there, you little bastard. Uh-oh. The whole ship is rocking. Now we're cooking with kerosene. That's what I cook with. I cook with kerosene. As usual, I don't know what the I'm doing. See the rust? Rust, rust. A little rust in here. So, pour 15 that. Get it all cleaned up. Make sure underneath is good. Yeah, looks like it's in pretty good shape. We're done here! Alright, these are the 2 headlight buckets that I painted up. I think I'm going to do one more coat though on this stuff. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but see how it's like you can see a little bit. I know it's a little shiny, but it has a little bit of like a dimple effect. I think because I was doing this outside and it's starting to get chilly here in New Jersey. Yes, I said chilly. And here's the other parts. So I think the metal was cold, so it wasn't drying quickly or properly. Maybe I did coats too quickly. Maybe it wasn't drying enough in between coats. That could be the case as well. I could have done that. I was kind of going off normal drying time, but I guess because of the cold, maybe it took longer because of that. So here's some parts. These are both the headlight brackets to the fenders and underneath. This is something. I don't remember what this goes to. Oh, this is, I think this is the windshield washer fluid holder thingy. Maybe. I don't know, I could be wrong as well. Battery tie down. This is for the alarm, for the siren. It's the siren mount. This, I don't know what it is, but I'll figure it out. This is the bumper cover holder for the driver's side, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's for the driver's side. And this is the fuel line holder that I showed you earlier on the engine bay. I'm probably gonna do one more coat of this stuff. It's probably the worst is this battery. You can see it pretty well on camera here. I'm looking at the screen. So I'm gonna do another coat. I'm gonna hopefully I'll do it inside, so that way it's warm. But I mean it looks pretty good. But I want it to look a little better. The headlight buckets look pretty damn good. So that's that stuff. I'm back. Hey. Alright, so you saw the engine bay cleanup and a little bit of rust removal. You saw the bracket crap removal. You saw me run some errands. I still have to pick up the intercooler piping when they're done doing it. A little stuffy here. Need some elevator clear as Claritin. I need some clear as Claritin. So you saw the errands, you saw the engine bay stuff, you saw me pull the trans mount off. The trans mounts, I'm going to pour 15 along with all of the rear differential stuff. That's going to be another video coming up shortly. I'm just waiting on the parts and stuff for that. So I'm going to pull it out and, change the fluid, change the rear diff cover, change the rear mount, bushing, whatever the hell you want to call it, for the rear diff. And pour 15 that, pour 15 the other thing, and then apparently changes this rear bushing. That's what the rear bushing. That's what we're going with. The rear bushing is apparently a real big pain to get the stock one out. You gotta get there with sawzall, all sorts of tools, and just go at it like a goddamn animal. My kind of job. You need an animal. Call in Ryan Campbell, Soup 10 Nuts. Alright, so that'll be coming up. I got some work on the truck coming up. I got some work on the Murano coming up. I already started actually a little bit on the Murano. I just already started filming very quickly. So I got some of that stuff coming up. I gotta get that stuff done before winter really hits hard, because that's all outside work. That's a little bit right now the focus at this point. Take care of that stuff before Guess Who Called. Then I'll be right back on the Z. With the one update with the vicrez rear bumper situation, I did finally get my money back on it. I do have the front. I'm gonna sell the front. They won't return it. They're being JOs. They're being little bad people. Not a big fan of vicrez, so they won't take back the front of the sides. The sides, it needs some work, but I think I'm actually gonna try. I do like the way they look. They just need some work. They're not OEM fitment. None of it was. None of it. No OEM fitment. It's garbage. Garbage fitment. That's what it is. It's waste management fitment. So the sides I'm actually going to try to work with and try to make fit. They were probably actually the closest things. The front fitment wasn't too bad, but I'm just... I found another one I like better anyway. I don't know. I don't want to look at the front and see vicrez in my head every day. I don't want to deal with it. So I'm going to have the front for sale. If you want a Nismo 350Z front bumper, hit your boy up. Hit me on the Instagram DM. Anyway, hit me up on Instagram DM regardless. Whatever the hell you want to tell me. Tell me what kind of tell me what kind of cat litter your cat uses. I could use some good tips. I don't have a cat, but hey, you never know. Maybe I'll end up with a woman that likes cats. Who knows? So hit me up on the Instagram, the TikTok, the Facebook, the Snapchat, the Twitter, the YouTube, obviously, and the Tumblr. All of them soup to nuts. Obviously, on YouTube here, which is what you're watching, I'm Ryan Campbell soup to nuts, but everything else soup to nuts. Go check out that stuff. Honestly, it's funny as hell. I'm not just tooting my own damn horn. It is some funny goddamn ish. So, and also here, give me a subscribe, give me a like, help your boy out. I'll throw a big old thank you and a big old hug for you. In the meantime, drive fast, take chances.